want to talk about the gender roles and the portrayal of genders in the film because it's a big part of the story and really timely for, what's been going on over the past couple of years. Something I wanted to discuss with you is how do you approach Mulan acting as a man and then Mulan then revealing that she's a woman? Were there different techniques in the lighting or the cinematography to support the storylines and how they're kind of different?
It was very important that when she was dressed up as a boy, that the audience and believed that, because then you understand how she could be in the army for that long and nobody realised she was a girl. So it was all about, for me, making her blend in with everybody else and to not stand out. And then the moment that you do, she realises that she's going to reveal herself and she's going to come back and fight as herself. She strips her armour and her hair comes out. And so that was one of the other important things, is that, because I know in the animation she cuts her hair off to go into the army, but our Mulan kept her long hair and tied it up. So when she lets that beautiful hair out, and then we shot this slow motion of her ripping her armour off, taking her hair out, and you're seeing all her beauty as a woman. So for me, that was a very important, special moment, and how to capture that emotionally. And so that's what we did. It was and you see her then right up to camera and her face comes right up to the lens and you go, wow, here she goes. Yeah. And she's coming back to battle and she's herself and as herself. And so they were the cues that I took, and that's what we, how we worked out that sequence would be. And I think it's quite powerful, actually, that moment.
Absolutely. Can you talk to me about some of the choices in the cinematography and also the lighting to reflect the two different sides of her, the part where she's pretending to be a man and when she ultimately reveals who she is?
I think, the lensing was one thing. As we were saying, we were using her special portrait lens. And also one thing I did with the lighting for that moment is she's coming out of the geothermal area where she's had the fight with the witch, and when she decides she's going to come back to battle and she's going to show everybody who she is, and she's going to make an effort to save the emperor, is she rides through a tunnel in darkness, and then at the very moment that she reveals herself, she comes into the light. So she's riding through a dark tunnel, and then that moment she pulls her hair out, the light comes up. So we actually did that in camera, that it gets brighter and you see her. So you see her in the light for real. Mm. And the other thing was, like I was saying, when she also comes back to battle for that moment, one lucky thing amazing thing for us is that Yifei did most of her stunts and her sword work and her riding.
Wow.
So we could always focus the camera on her face. So I would set up 5 cameras when she's doing those amazing sword fighting and stunts, that we could have really long lenses right here. And then I do that and try and separate her from the background in that moment, because it was all about her. She was coming back into battle. The fighting was focused on her. She was just, boom, boom, getting rid of guys left, right and centre. And I dropped off the depth of field on all our cameras so that they were really low focus depth of field, so everyone was concentrating on her. Again, putting her in the frame. It was also about what she wore, that red outfit stood out between the other opposing army and that she was shining.